It's payday announcement day. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video, we're going to talk about how much money we've made this week, as well as how much we got paid out on our dividend announcement. So, if you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate at least $600 every single week. We do this through selling cash secured puts, which means we're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. We do it through selling covered calls, which means we are agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. And then finally, we collect some high-yielding dividends. So today's Wednesday, which means YieldMax announced how much they're going to pay out. But before we see how much we're going to get paid, let's look at our trade history to see what we've accomplished with option selling this week. As I said, our goal is to collect $600 every single week. So we sold a $25 credit put on MVST at the $2.50 strike. That means we agreed to buy MVST for $2.50 at September 19th. And because we agreed to do that, we got paid $25. If on September 19th, the stock is trading $2.51 and above, the contract would expire worthless and we wouldn't even have to buy the shares. Essentially, we would get paid for doing nothing. But if it was below $2.50, we get to buy the shares for that price. So we get the shares at the price we wanted, and either way, we still got paid. But between that and the other puts we sold this week, you can see the puts we sold starting on August 18th, $70, $104, $65, and $25. Add that together, that gives you around $260, which means we need $370 or so to meet our $600 for the week goal from dividends, and let's see if we get it. So first, we need to see how many dividends we have. We only have two payers today. We have YieldMax, which we have 500. Now, let me get there. Sorry, so many option positions open. We have YieldMax, 518 shares. Ooh, down to 1262. Man, this thing is just falling like a rock on us. And then we have ULTY. We have 2,713 shares of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to our Twitter account, and we are going to see how much YieldMax is paying out. So let's jump over there. Okay, here we are on the official YieldMax Twitter page. Let's look for ULTY and YMax. So YMax, 16 cents a share. Heck yeah, that's one of the better dividend payouts from them. I'm excited about that. 16.22, and then ULTY at the bottom, 10 cents. Oh my goodness. Is that the sixth week in a row we've got a 10-cent dividend payout? Let me know in the comments how much you're getting paid with your shares. We'll calculate ours out here in a second. Before we jump over to that, I do want to remind you that we have a premium membership. $10 a month, Premium Generals. We talk about option trading, and we talk about investing in some dividends, all the plays we're making. And then I also have a customized educational course on Fiverr that you can check out if you're interested in a little bit more in-depth training on selling options. Both are linked in the description. Just wanted to put that out there for you. So let's jump over to the calculator and see how much we're getting paid. Okay, let's calc this out. So ULTY, we have 2,713 shares. They are paying 10 cents again. $271. Awesome. Let's add that to our option that we have so far in payouts. That puts us at $535. So if YieldMax gets at least $65, we don't have to make any more trades this week, and we have hit our weekly goal. So let's check it out. We have 518 shares, multiplied by 0.622. $84 plus our $535 gives us $619. Let's round it to $620 because I know we have some partial shares in there. So $620 we get paid out this week. Amazing. So yet again, we have hit our $600 weekly goal. So we won't make any more option trades this week. We're definitely still going to buy some more ULTY. I'm going to jump back to Robinhood before we talk about that a little bit more. So give me a second here. Okay, so if you were awake last night, ULTY took a big jump down. So let's see if we can look at it. Yeah, what was its low? What did it hit? Like 5? I think it went lower than that. I think it's just not showing on the system, but I'm pretty sure it hit like 4.60 last night, $4.60, and I don't think that was from some big sell-off. What I honestly think that was is I think a lot of people got margin called and their brokerage account sold their shares. That's my honest thought on it. Obviously, I don't know what the reason is, but I don't think that many people or that many shares would just randomly be sold. I do think that was margin called. And for those of you that are going back and forth on using margin to invest in these funds, what I'm about to say again is not financial advice. None of this is. This is my personal opinion. I would not use margin on any of these funds. I think they're awesome income payers. I love ULTY, but I would not do it because you just never know how low the stock may go. The reality is when someone says, oh, it's down by the dip, you just never know when the dip ends. That might not even be the true start of the dip. So you got to be careful. Be smart with your money. I always say I think option selling is the best way to generate income. It allows for massive diversification. Let me show you what I mean again, and I've showed this a couple times. Look at how many option contracts I have open. These are all option contracts, different stocks, different strikes, different things, okay? All I'm doing here is agreeing to buy or sell a stock. That's all I'm doing. So let's take a look at Poet here. $5. I'm agreeing to buy it for this price by, expiration 9/19. Okay, and I think I've even rolled this a couple times. Yeah, I rolled it for 21 bucks on top of opening it, getting paid credit there. So again, I get paid a credit just to agree to buy this stock for this price. Every time I roll the position, all I'm doing is changing the expiration date. I'm rolling it out another month or 2 months and getting paid another credit. And I think that's the easiest way to trade in my personal opinion. Again, I'm not telling you to margin there either. I would not use margin unless you're an experienced trader. But even then, I have used margin and I do in other accounts. But again, I don't want anyone that's never done it before to try to do it just out of nowhere. And if you're interested in starting to use a little bit of margin, I would not use it in any of the Yield Max funds just yet. They're brand new. They've only been around for a year or so. And yes, they pay a massive dividend, but they have not survived a flat or a down market. Now, I don't think we're in a down market. I think this is a relatively flat market coming. I think we're going to kind of just remain flat, and that means there's no implied volatility, which means the underlines aren't making the option strategies not make as much money, and then the payouts are decreasing and things like that. So I don't know what's going to happen. I love ULTY, and I definitely am not trying to talk you out of it, but I do want you to be smart with your money because I want us all to be successful. I care about every one of you because I think we can all make money together, selling options and collecting dividends, bouncing ideas off each other. Like I said, you can do that in the comments, or if you want to join the group, we're chatting in there, option strategies, trading ideas, things like that. So either way, I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.